Hey everyone, welcome to our small footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a family of 8 who live off-grid in Australia. Today's video is the actual grocery haul, so the video that lots of people who have never seen my channel before find. So I'm going to do a really quick little brief thing at the front, so then you guys who are here just for the grocery haul can watch the grocery haul, and then at the end I will do all the breakdown of costs and some discussion about what we bought and some, thoughts about things once I got them all put away and things like that. So as a family of 8 who live about 4 hours away from where I do my groceries, I do them every start off at fortnightly, 4 weekly, 6 weekly, and we're at 8 or 9 weeks at the moment due to a loss of one of my jobs. It just meant that I had to start earning income from a different source, and it's not on the same schedule as what the previous job was, which was twice monthly. So that allowed me a little bit more flexibility of going to Brisbane to do my jobs. Now I have to wait for different pay cycles, and it ends up being around about 8 or 9 weeks before I have the funds sort of built up again to be able to go and do it. So that's how we're working it. We work from home. My husband and I both work from home. We both stay home 24/7. The kids, there is 6 children between the ages of 9 and 17, 8 and 16, close to 9 and 17, and we homeschool, so they eat all their meals at home as well. We do not leave the property very much. Darryl goes to church every Sunday and takes a few of the kids with him, and we go to appointments in Goondiwindi or in Toowoomba or wherever we need to go and things like that, but generally speaking we stay home pretty much all the time. So all our groceries cover all our food requirements: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we don't do takeaways or anything like that. We do purchase the occasional thing in the local IGA or Foodworks, occasionally a loaf of bread or two, or some fresh milk, or a treat of some sort, like we might buy some fresh tomatoes and lettuce and bacon and have BLTs at some point, that kind of thing. Darryl buys me the occasional treats, but I track all that on a spreadsheet as well throughout the month. So this is our grocery haul for 9 weeks. Now the prior grocery haul ended up having to last 9 weeks, and it wasn't intended to. It turned out that our dates got skewed in the middle, the job loss and everything else, so we ate through a lot of our extra stores and had to replace a lot of those things. So this grocery haul definitely felt a little extravagant or a little over the top because we had to replace those stores as well. So I'll go over the figures at the end, but everything you see here, including all the toiletries and extra stuff, there's a haircutting kit and things like that, came to 4,300 Australian dollars. So let's get the grocery haul done, and then I'll see the people at the end who want to have a listen to the breakup in costs and things like that. Alrighty, first table load. There's going to be a few table loads this trip. I bought a 6-pack of the 800 gram tin tomatoes. We still have, I think, 4 of these left, so that will do us to cover that. I bought some risotto pasta. We haven't had this before, but I found a recipe, a chorizo risotto pasta that resembles sort of like a risotto, but with pasta, that I wanted to try, so I grabbed those. We got a whole bunch of popcorn. Each one of these is, what's the weight on them? 400 grams. So I think I ended up with about 5 kilos or 6 kilos of it, maybe from each place. We normally buy it in bulk from Honest to Goodness, but I haven't done an Honest to Goodness order in a while because I need a $500 minimum order, and I just haven't had the free cash to do it. So we do need to do it because then we don't have all this packaging. I got 4 of the Jinmalang ramen noodles. We still have 8, I think, in the package, so this brought us up to 12. Now we had pretty much run out of all dried pasta, so I got a whole lot of penne because this has been my preference lately, and then a whole lot of spaghetti. Now, I'll have to put the numbers up on the screen as to how many I got because some of them were shorted certain places and I can't remember, but I'll put the numbers on the screen as to how many of each one I got. I got 2 of the nutritional yeast flakes that we use for our fake cheeses and stuff. I ordered the Coles corn chips as I normally do, and I ordered a dozen of them, and I got 1 packet, which hasn't made it to the table, so it must be elsewhere. All the other packets were whatever they sent me, which included some cheese corn chips. So there was the Coles packet. These are the ones that I like. They are only $1.15 per 100, and we like the taste of them. But they obviously only had 1. So yes, they sent me 12 packets of corn chips, but I've got these. I had some, and they did send some cheese ones, which is strange because they're plain corn chips, but that's fine because I'll eat them. We got 18 of the rice cakes because we're completely out and the kids really like those. I got 16 of the rice crackers, and I just realized I forgot to buy hummus, so I'll have to make some of that up soon. I don't have any chickpeas canned at the moment, so I'll have to do that. I bought 4 of the UHT 400ml coconut milks that we get from Costco that we like with our coffee. I got a garlic. Again, I've run out of powdered garlic, but I just haven't got around to doing a bulk spice order. An oyster sauce and a fish sauce. I also bought these limited edition cheeseburger flavored Pringles. They were on sale. I think it was $10 something for 6 tin, so I thought that was a nice treat for everyone. I didn't think much of them, mind you, but the kids will eat them, I'm sure. I also got some waffle cones to use with the Ninja Creamy. I got this is a special at Costco, is a strawberry striped peanut butter. So like a peanut butter and jelly peanut butter, but it's $11 for the 2 500-gram jars, and the standard peanut butter, which also isn't on this table, is 1.8 kilo for like $10, so it's much more expensive, but I thought it'd be fun for the kids to try. I got 2 jars of coconut oil. I normally buy the big bulk Kirkland one, but they in the plastic, but they didn't have it, so I got 4 of the honey that's $9.95 a kilo, a jar of Dijon, which I get each time. I also got a bunch of different fruits. So these are for trying different things in the Ninja Creamy. So there's some peaches in juice, there's some peaches in mango nectar, there's some cherries, some mango slices, some pineapple, and some passion fruit, I think were the ones that I got. I got these 2 caramel syrups from Costco. These were only $9.95 for 1.5 litres of caramel syrup, and I thought that these would be really good to flavour ice cream as well. I got a 3-pack of ketchup, which I always buy, and we use it for hot dogs on the first night and then use it on whatever else until it's gone. Udon noodles, I got enough for, I might have got 16, so enough for 4 meals over the month, because we use 4 packets per meal. I also got arborio rice because we only have 1 kilo left, and there's 5 kilos of those. Olive oil I got from Costco, but it has gone up again. It was $78 for 6 litres. Now, that still only worked out at $1.30 per litre, and Aldi was selling theirs for $14 a litre, $1.30 per 100, and Aldi was selling theirs at $1.40 per 100, so it was still cheaper, and it is our preferred olive oil, but that's very expensive. I got raw sugar. I got 20 kilos all up of raw sugar because we have none left. And I found, someone said that the powdered peanut butter at Costco is a really good price, and it was. This was, I think, $27 for 850 grams, and I've been paying on special $10 for 150 grams of the flavoured stuff from Macro Mike, and this is molasses. So I bought some molasses as well, and I bought it in these plastic bottles, which I know are prone to exploding, and then didn't think about them and stored them on the back of the ute for a couple of days. So they've burst a bit, so that's fine. We'll clean that up. I got a couple of the Italian tomato pastes and a little, I actually meant to get myself some Nutella at Costco to try in the creamy, and I forgot, but I did buy this hazelnut chocolate spread that was on special, the Bon Maman brand from Coles, so I'll give that one a go anyway. 2 instant yeasts. We still have 1 unopened and 1 opened going at the moment. I got 10 bags of oats, and they're 1.5 kilos each, so 15 kilos of oats. We still have 10 kilos, I think, in the tubs, so that should be enough to get us through for the month. I got some different lentils because we're completely out of lentils and barley and everything else at the moment. So I got some tur dal, which is pigeon peas, some red lentils, and some mung dal, which is I can't remember. They're a softer one anyway. They sort of go really creamy, those ones. And then pearl barley as well in bags. Again, I normally buy this sort of stuff in bulk from Honest to Goodness, but I haven't done an order for a while. I also got some coarse semolina for like putting on the boards and stuff when I'm doing pizza and all that sort of thing, and some fine semolina to make there was a reason for that, and I can't remember what it was, and it was from a viewer. Someone said, have I tried something making with the semolina flour? And I hadn't, and so I bought some fine stuff for that, but I'm gonna have to remember what that was. I got minced garlic, which I normally get from Costco, but they also had a new one, this Herb Company garlic and ginger paste, and it's 2 kilos of it, and it was only $7. So I grabbed that as well. A maple syrup and a vegetable oil for our deep frying. I also got the tortillas that we always buy. I got 6 packets of these. Normally I would got 4, but we were going through them really quickly, so I got 6 this month. I got floss, some bathroom bags, some freezer Ziploc bags. These were actually from Coles or Woolworths rather than Costco because they were a good price and I don't really need the huge box from Costco. And so these were actually cheaper, I think. Some baking paper and some foil because I'm short on that. Some scourers for the kitchen. I got some pads for the girls and then a clippers for Darryl and the boys. I got shampoo and conditioner for myself. The one that I would normally get and what I wanted to get that was half price this month was not available everywhere I went. So I grabbed this one, which actually works out cheaper. It's the same brand and actually works out cheaper per 100 anyway. So I'm going to give that a go. Some laundry sanitizer, some AA batteries because they were requested, some oxygen bleach and some garbage bags. And then I bought this washing laundry detergent. It's not the one we normally buy. It has no SLS in it, which Darryl and Sonnet both have issues with. So let's hope it works because it's fairly cheap actually, and it's just the cold power sensitive. We'll give it a go. Mum bought me a set of these for my birthday last Costco trip, and Darryl and I love them. And I thought it would be really nice to be able to have a second set so that when we empty one, we can wash it out and it can drain, and we can use this one so that they're rotated rather than having them constantly full. And I also got a box of A4 paper, and there was 3 lots of toilet paper. Alrighty, table number 2. So we were out of a lot of stuff, so this just feels never ending. Anyway, I always buy some bits and pieces of treats at the beginning of the month. They only last us, well, you know, because it's going to be a 9-week, they'll only last a couple of weeks, but that's fine. So I got these Smith chips were half price, so I got a couple of different flavors for them to share. The cheese and onion are mine, but all the rest of them are theirs. There's salt and vinegar, plain, chicken, that sort of thing. This was the other corn chips that they sent me, which ended up being cheese ones, so I'll have them with nachos when we have nachos and they can have the plain ones. I got some of the roasted peanuts and shell. These were only $5 a bag and the kids really like those. I think they more like, you know, making the mess, but they really like them. Some roasted and salted cashews just for eating, and the natural cashews for using for cashew cheese and things like that. We got the tempura veggie crisps. We bought these for the first time last month and on suggestion, and the kids liked them, so I grabbed those, and they're normal dehydrated veggie crisps that they really enjoy. I got some blueberries. I am thinking that these would be good in their instant porridge, so that was the plan for those. The dehydrated blueberries, and a couple of cheese-based biscuits were there for me as well. I got 24 of the coconut cream and 24 of the corn, a thing of paper towel. This brand was half price at Coles, which is why I grabbed that particular brand, and a thing of the 2 of the 1.35 litres of ghee from Costco, some rice papers. Mind you, we were just putting groceries away, and one of the tubs that I opened to put something in, there was rice papers in there, and I had thought we were all out. But anyway, I grabbed some marshmallows because we're going to make hot chocolate powder that I still haven't done yet this winter, but I always make the dairy-free coconut milk powder hot chocolate for over winter. I haven't done it. I'm going to. This is for that. I got a couple of things to try in the creamy, like the fruits. So some people use these sugar-free jelly crystals. I want to give those a go. And some people use this instant pudding, which is basically like custard powder, which I make in a dairy-free manner anyway, so that might be work for that, but we'll give that a go. We have no peanut butter left, so I grabbed 4 of the peanut butters and I grabbed 2 of the baking powders. I did notice afterwards, mind you, that Aldi sells these a lot cheaper than Coles and Woolworths. I got coffee. Now, we use coffee a lot more in winter than we do in summer, so I got 2 of the dark beans from Aldi. I normally get some of the intense ones from Coles as well, but I knew that Costco had these on sale. So these were $16 a kilo, which is still more expensive than these. These are only 12, but I got some of this on special as a treat a couple of shopping trips ago, and I really, really like it. So I decided I was going to spend that little bit extra to buy these while they're on sale. So I got 4 of those and 2 of the dark beans. We can go through a bag in about a week and a half. maybe 2 weeks. So this will do us the 9 weeks with a little bit of a buffer. Hot dog rolls, because anyone who's watched before knows that we do hot dogs for dinner the night of groceries. And I bought some of the croissants from Costco for easy breakfast for the next couple of days while I recover from all this. I got the sweet corn turtle chips. I really like these. Everyone really likes these, so I just buy them as a one-off. And the corn tortilla rounds at Costco were on special. And I couldn't figure out exactly what I got in the way of corn chips out of everything else because they switched and changed everything. So these were $1.30 per 100 on special, so I grabbed 2 big bags of those. I got the banana chips. The kids like to eat these straight, but I like to grind them up for their instant porridge, so I got 4 packs of those. Jasmine rice was half price, so I grabbed, and we've got no plain white rice left, so I grabbed 2 of those. I actually also grabbed a basmati because it was half price too. That's the basmati that we always buy. So that was $15 for the 5 kilos. And these were $12 for the 5 kilos this month. So I grabbed the 2 with jasmine, 1 of the basmati. I grabbed 6 of the blueberry jams. This is their favorite jam, and I really like these jars. We use these as drinking glasses or for recanning stuff. But I have been making jam lately, but it's not really the right season to be getting the kind of fruit that we turn into jam much. So I grabbed 6 of the blueberry jam for the kids. I grabbed 4 of the beef stock powder because I need to make more French onion soup, dry mix up and things like that. This was on special. Normally I would buy the big catering tin, which is like 2.5 kilos. But I looked up all the pricing on it, and that including ship and then paying shipping and stuff for the big tin would be less rubbish, which is great. But it ended up being more per 100 than buying a few of these on special. So I just grabbed a few of those on special. I got 12 of the Aldi basil pesto that I always get, and 2 jars of sun-dried tomatoes. This jar here is the best price on sun-dried tomatoes. This at Woolworths, when you look at the cost per 100 at sun-dried tomatoes across everywhere else, this is the best value. So I also got some of the Maisery green curry paste and red curry paste. Again, I found this bulk in 1 kilo tubs, and I thought, oh, that's great, except that the tubs were, I want to say $11.80 or something for the 1 kilo, which is heaps cheaper than these are. I'd have to look it up. I can't remember. But it worked out cheaper than buying in these little tins, and again, less rubbish. But the shipping on top of the 1 kilo tubs made it not worthwhile. So even to get it to mum's. But anyway, I got 6 boxes of Wheat Bix. We don't use cereal as much in winter because they use the porridge. But I got 6 boxes of Wheat Bix and 4 of the rice bubbles. A couple of jars of anchovies for pizza night. I got some apple cider vinegar from Costco. I bought a couple of olive oils from Aldi before I went to Costco, just in case Costco didn't have anything. That way, at least we'd have a couple, and Darryl would have to get more from Aldi at some point when he goes to Toowoomba. Now, I didn't buy any toothpaste this month, which I would normally buy toothpaste, because we've been buying this High Smile stuff. It's got no SLS in it, and it comes in a little pump jar. And we have not been going through toothpaste at anywhere near the rate that we used to in a tube. So they had a special recently, buy 5, get 5 free. So I bought 10, so I have 10 tubes, which will last us a long time. But these were also half price, which works at the same price as when we were buying 5, get 5 free. And it was cinnamon donut flavored, and I just couldn't help myself. So I grabbed that one as well. I grabbed 8 of the dish detergents. We go through around about 1 a week. Again, for the Ninja Creamy, some specialty items. I got the Smooth Biscoff. I ordered a large tub of Smooth, a large tub of Crunchy. They didn't have the largest Smooth, so they sent me 2 small ones, and then the Crunchy one. And also someone in one of the Facebook groups said they used this in theirs, and it sounded really nice, so I grabbed that as well. I did miss over here when I was doing stuff, probably, sort of subconsciously not wanting to share that I went overboard, but Oreos were half price. And again, the idea of being able to make cookies and cream ice cream in the Ninja was really appealing. And they have all these flavors. It's New York cheesecake, and there's mint, and there's mud cake, and there's cinnamon bun. So I think I got just 2 of every flavor that they had. And we're going to lock these up so that they get used over a span of time. I grabbed some dishwashing gloves for Sonnet because One of her jobs at the moment is doing dishes, and her hands keep on peeling, so there's some gloves there for her. Not pulling the other cold stuff out at the moment, but this is the hot dog sausages for dinner, because Darryl wants to get dinner started while I'm doing this. Now, I normally only buy 2, but these were on special for like $9 a kilo, so I grabbed 4 of them. We'll put 2 in the freezer. These are a chicken and pork mince. If you haven't tried them before, they're really, really nice. They're a very soft, tender sausage. The only thing is that, see this black line here? That is, each individual sausage is wrapped in plastic, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, shampoo and conditioner. Darryl likes this one for the kids, standard for whoever wants to use it as well. I got some plant-based Milo. Again, I'm thinking about the Ninja Creamy here. So some plant-based Milo for the kids, and then standard stuff for me. This was cheaper than this because that's the way it works. So because this was so much cheaper, I grabbed a large one for myself, because that way we're not going to go through it as quickly. Plant-based for the kids. And I also grabbed some malted milk. Again, this is dairy-based as far as I'm aware, so it's probably only me who can use it. But vanilla malt ice cream is one of my favourite flavours, so I grabbed that as well. All of these 3 were on special from what I remember. So that is all of the second table. Alrighty, third table, I think. Okay, so most of this is the meat and stuff. So I got 4 of the pork rolled roasts. These are $6.99 a kilo at the moment, so they've gone down again, and each one is about 7 kilos. We used the last of our sausages, so we might make some sausages out of some of this, and we do have some pork mince still in the freezer. We'll see what we do, but I got a little bit extra for normal. I got a smoked boneless leg ham. So this is just basically one of this smoked and cured into ham that we will slice up and use. I've got a meat slicer for that. I grabbed some of the chorizo, and that's because I bought that risoni that I mentioned. There's a chorizo risoni dish that I found that I wanted to try. Darryl requested steak, so I grabbed some rib fillet. Now, this is very much a treat for us, but I just felt like it was worth doing this month. $29.99 a kilo if you buy it in the whole, and we slice it ourselves. I saw these at Aldi, the little marinated chicken, just the drumettes, and thought that they would be good. They were about, I think it was $7 for the kilo, which is pretty good price when they're marinated and just the drumettes, not the tips of the wings. So I actually grabbed 4 of them, 2 buffalo style, 2 honey soy. These were a really good score at Coles, and I've frozen these. These are frozen from Mum's freezer. So these were all half price because they were used by that date. They're mango coconut, and I think I got 8 of them. I cleaned the shelf off of them because that was the day that they were going off, and I needed them, so I grabbed them. So they were normally $13.50 a kilo, and they end up being pretty much half price. So can't remember, 8 of them I think. I also grabbed a couple of the standard Greek style ones that we like from Aldi as well, just 2 of those from there. I grabbed 2 packets of the chicken breasts from Costco. These are $9.99 a kilo at the moment, and I got 5 of the chicken thighs at $11.49. So sort of 10, 11 kilos of those, and these are 2.2, so 4.4-ish kilos of breasts. I did grab the whiting goujons. They were on special at Costco as well, so the pricing of those, I think it was 1.2 kilos for might have been $12. Like, it might have been, that was how cheap they were, so I grabbed those. We do love fish, it's just expensive, so I don't buy it very often. I also bought a whole pork belly. Again, normally I wouldn't normally buy steak and pork belly, but I did this month because this it was on special for $16.99, but also I'm going to turn half of it into really nice bacon, and we'll cook the other half as a treat. I ordered some of the rice noodles that I got last time from Coles or Woolworths delivery, whichever one it was, and they didn't have any. They sent this one instead, which is still a rice noodle. It's just a thinner one, but they only sent me one, so that's a bit sad, but it is what it is. I also grabbed, so I went to a few different places for chicken because people had given me some advice about it. I grabbed some chicken legs at Coles, which is what this is. The chicken legs, it was a 6 kilo bag from their deli at $4.50 a kilo, which isn't a bad price. But then when I went to Aldi, I found that they had these 2 kilo bags, and it ends up being $3.75 a kilo. So I grabbed 10 kilos there as well. So I got 16 kilos of legs all up. These have been frozen because they're in Mum's freezer. I've got some salami for pizzas, and then these are being stored in the fridge overnight. They need to be bagged up. We're going to bag these up before they go in the freezer. These are skin on thighs that were $7.50 a kilo at the Woolworths deli, and I just got 2.5 kilo lots of it. I would have liked to have bought a box or whatever, but they didn't have them. Apparently the chicken in Coles and Woolworths all comes in fresh. They don't have frozen boxes out the back, which is a bit sad. Now, I ordered a bunch of different raviolis that were on special because the kids really enjoyed it last month. So these make life pretty easy when you're trying to make a meal. So these were half price. The Latina Fresh were half price. So I grabbed 2 of the beef, 2 of the roast chicken and garlic. These ones here are a Woolworths only brand, and they're actually the same price as these when these are half price, but I haven't tried them before. So I grabbed 4 of those to give a go. And then the Legos brand was half price at whichever one the other one wasn't at. So Latina Fresh was half price at Coles or Woolies, and these one were half price at the other one, except that when they sent them to me, they sent me 2 of the family size, and then they sent me 4 of the like serves 2. So I got a refund because they sent the wrong ones, but that's fine. Just means that we'll use like 4 of those for one meal instead of 2 of the larger ones. I grabbed myself some Grana Padano, and I grabbed a milk for myself. This For Real milk. A friend who I went to school with, her father runs For Real milk, and it's really lovely milk and mega fresh. The Adam at the fruit and veg store that I always go to, they stock this, so I grabbed myself some. I grabbed the shortcut bacon for our English muffin plans. This was $11.99 a kilo, I think, which is a little more expensive than the economy bacon, which is only $10 a kilo, but the economy bacon's always bits and pieces of who knows what. So I really wanted just those eyes for the English muffins, and I felt that the extra $1 was worth doing that to use those. I grabbed some ham in the vacuum seal to use once we use up the fresh ham that we're going to slice. I grabbed a box of beef trim. So this box was 18.46 kilos. It's $9.99 a kilo. When you ask for a box, they just weigh one and give it to you. So it can be really variable as to how much each box weighs, and variable about what's in it, as we've seen in a lot of the videos. I grabbed myself the Mercivella cheese, which is my favorite cheese that I just buy one of them for however long we're shopping for. I got 2 puff pastries from Costco because we don't have any left. Again, with the lack of doing my wholesale spices order, this is a new brand at Costco. I haven't seen it before. These were only like $12 each. So sweet paprika and whole black pepper. They also had coriander, garam masala, and some curry powders and stuff, but these are the 2 that I'm more likely to use. I actually grabbed this because this is the one that I normally buy when I haven't done a wholesale order, so I've ended up with both of them, which is fine. I grabbed this Himalayan chicken salt because I thought it might be a nice salt for popcorn to give a go, and I got some lemon juice, a bag of just whole almonds. Eggs are 1 per household or 1 per membership card at the moment, so you can get a 60 pack per person. So I was lucky Mum does her stuff on her own card, so I got 2 60 packs, 1 on each of the cards. And I got a 6 pack of the passata. We still have 6 on the shelf, but these were on special, so I grabbed a 6 pack as well. Now, I bought a bunch of bits and pieces. Again, these are treat pieces. The idea was for the creamy, but I also bought myself some special edition blocks of chocolate. Darryl always buys me chocolate in town when he goes in, when it's on special. These were half price, which is still cheaper than he can possibly get it on special in town. So I grabbed myself a few of those, and since it's cold enough, they don't have to be stored in the fridge. They can just be stored in my little lockbox near my desk. And then the idea of these was for the Ninja Creamy as well. So that was all of the meat. Yummy. Alrighty, this is the 4th table lot, I think, and I think we got 1 more. So I bought 10 of the kilo bags of frozen vegetables. I get these before I go to the fruit and veg shop, so I'm not sure what we're going to be getting. So I always grab 10, 12 of these, and they sit in the freezer for use. But I got some really good veggies this month. So I got 10 cauliflowers. They were $2.50 a head, so I got 10 of those. I got a seconds tray of avocados. So these are pretty squishy. We'll use those. I got a seconds box of these oranges on the bottom, and then a box of fresh one, like a new ones. The box underneath just has some with some damage and whatever, missized or whatever. So we got 2 boxes of oranges. I got 2 boxes of seconds ladyfinger bananas. So some of them have split skin and are a bit yucky. They can just go to the pigs, but most of them are fine, and we will just have to get through and freeze a whole bunch of these nice and quickly. The second box of apples, these are all just mixed apples that have come off, that some of them have bruises, things like that, and I just use them for baking, or the kids eat around them. They don't really care. I got 2 seconds boxes of tomatoes. Again, there's some squishy ones and some with splits in the skin and things like that. So another thing that we'll just have to get through within the next, within the first couple of days. They're something that's a priority. I got a box of zucchini. Now the zucchini has sweated a bit on the car, so I will have to go through this probably tomorrow and just get it all dried off so that it doesn't go moldy. And then I'll probably grate a whole lot of it for the freezer, because I used the last of the frozen stuff in the freezer for bolognese and stuff recently, so I don't have any left. So I will probably grate a whole lot of this for the freezer, and then we'll eat the rest fresh. Again, a box of seconds pineapples, just overripe or whatever, which is great because we don't have any cordial at the moment, and it's not the right season to be getting a lot of fruits for jams and cordials and stuff, but we love pineapple cordial, so I will make a whole bunch of pineapple cordial with that. I got a celery, just a whole celery, because I like to have that with my stock and things like that. I also bought some clearance fennel. Now, I don't cook with fennel very often, but I really like it, so it was just $2 for that pack. We got some of these very super ripe persimmons. I have never tried a persimmon, and the kids haven't either. So I was Googling about them, and these ones, the ones with the black streaks on them, are the ones that are like really ripe and ready to eat. So we're going to give them a try, just because I think it'd be interesting to try them. I got a 20 kilo box of carrots after not getting carrots last month. The boys eat these just, well, Sonnet and Apollo as well. They just chow through them as snacks, but I also like to shred some up for the freezer, and I use them in soup bases and all that sort of stuff too. I got a box of broccoli. Again, this was a seconds box, so it's an open box, but that's fine. After the experiences with freezing stuff last month, we won't be blanching these, which will save me a whole lot of time. So we'll put a whole lot in the veggie containers in the fridge to eat over the next week or two, and then the rest will go in the freezer. Same with the beans. There was a big box of beans as well. I don't remember how much they were. That box of beans, again, we will do the same thing, and we don't have to blanch it this time. I bought 6 big drumhead cabbages. These were a good price this month compared to, I think they were $12 each last month. I think I paid $5 each for this month, so that was good. And a box of green apples. There is a few more. The box broke, so this is just part of the box, but a big box of green apples. So I got those seconds apples that are mixed, and then a big box of green ones. I did buy onions from Costco because I forgot to get them from the fruit and veg store. And then a box of seconds sweet potatoes. Now, we don't eat a lot of sweet potato because I don't like it very much, and so I tend to not reach for it, which is silly. But he sold them to me cheap because I said that I'd feed them to the pigs if we don't eat them, because the pigs really like them. And he just wanted to get them off his, discard shelf, so he got them for us. So that was the majority. I think that's most of the fruit and veg. And Darryl's making dinner, so this is what we do for dinner for grocery night. Alrighty, and the last little bit that of odds and ends that we didn't find until now. Chocolate chips for baking with, and some toothbrushes. So everyone got a new toothbrush this month. Some ghost milk soap because we were short. I got a sour cream. I got a Tomb. It was on sale. It's garlic sauce. I'd really like to try it, so I grabbed it. And a Nuttalex. I also got, Sonnet wanted to show you, she got her dark green hair dye.
Have it on tonight?
Not tonight, no.
Not tonight.
I got 2 of the 10 kilo plain flowers and 2 of the 25 kilo baker's flowers. There's 2 of those there. And then we got all the rice milk. So we ended up with, I think we just counted, we had 70. So I must have got more than I thought from one of the places and not the other. Anyway, it goes in the cupboards, we rotate it, and they use it. Though there is some left from last month because we haven't been doing as much cereal. We've been doing porridge because it's winter. So, but the use by dates on them are extensive. What's it? It's best before the 3rd of May 2025. So it doesn't matter that we've got excess. It just needs to be stored appropriately in a cupboard and rotated through as stock. The other thing was the coconut cream that I mentioned. So these are 5 kilo, I call them goon bags. I don't know what, they're the foil in bag inserts that has a little tap on them, except they don't have a tap, you just cut it open. Anyway, we got
2 boxes of the 5 kilos each of the coconut cream. We go through one of these in just over a week between ice cream, coffee, cooking, and all the rest of it. So we probably wouldn't have gotten through the whole 9 weeks with just these 2. So which is why I bought that Cara coconut cream and the tin coconut cream as well, because again, so long as it's stored appropriately, it's not going to go off. We have more is better than not enough. So that is it, and we have finished. We've got stuff stacked to the eyeballs everywhere, and as much put away as possible, and then sort of some of us are giving up. And as you saw, we ate dinner sort of on the run. So now we still need to all have baths and stuff and then get sorted. So that was the groceries for, what month are we in? We're in June. So the groceries until September. So yeah.
Alright, so that was everything this month. Other than the bits and pieces that I did show in the shop with me, things like the Kmart stuff, the school supplies and things like that, I didn't include that as part of like the grocery haul that I show at the end. That ends up being unpacked separately because it's not as important. Now, it was a long day, a long night. It was like... in the previous video, I think it was like 9:30 or something by the time we got everything unpacked, filmed and put away. Which is part of the thing with this such a big haul. The thing is too that all the shops that I go to on that last day, I have to go to on that last day because they're things that I don't want sitting on the ute overnight. I don't want that extra time before it gets put away at home. So we have to do all of that in one day. And if there's a slight delay, then that just pushes the whole day out. And then in winter, the sun sets so early, and it's, yeah, anyway, it's worthwhile. I always say that it's such a big job. It's a massive job, but I only have to do it every 8 or 9 weeks, and that makes it worthwhile. There's only the fuel cost. So fuel cost me around about $100, $110 for the whole trip there and back. So there's only that fuel cost as often as we go. So if I was going every 4 weeks, then that extra $110 would be added on for both of those. Like it'd be $220 over the 8 weeks instead of the $110 sort of thing. There's also the cost of, as I said in the shop with me video, I always have Hungry Jacks on the way down, and I always treat myself to a Chinese noodle dish at the supermarket where I do most of the shopping. And I normally buy a treat of some sort, normally donuts. I didn't actually buy donuts this month because I got a Biscoff cheesecake delivered with our Woolworths grocery haul. So Mum and I ate about half of that throughout the 3 days, and then the rest she'll eat over the next week or whatever at home on her own. So I always buy a treat of some sort like that. Mum generally shouts Uber for dinner one night while I'm there, and then I generally cook something that I've bought within the groceries on the Thursday night because I've been out doing groceries. It's easy enough to buy it. So this month I did one of the boneless chickens with some crumbed corn nuggets from Aldi, which if you haven't tried them, I highly recommend them. They were very nice. Mum has a double air fryer, so I just buy stuff that's easy. So it was those, and then they had those potato gratins, but they had them with gravy flavored cream in them. They were really good, so I bought those, and then I just leave, so we only use like 2 or 3 out of each packet or whatever, and then Mum can have the rest for dinner with whenever she wants, sort of thing. So that's included in these groceries. I don't always pull them out of the costs either because it was still food related costs, sort of thing. So I did do a breakdown for the groceries for this shop. We ended up spending $275 at the fruit and veg shop. We did $176 at the butcher, and that included that rib fillet steak, which definitely isn't a necessity, was just a want. Darryl requested steak, and I decided that I was going to grab it because it was a good price, and I like steak too. The Coles, the click and collect for Coles was $420, and then I also went into the Coles to buy the meat, and I got all those half price clearance boneless chickens and things like that, and that was $157. Now I did earn around about $32 worth of Flybuys points out of that Coles, and that's Flybuys points across Coles, Kmart and Bunnings, but I use it at Coles, so I count it as grocery money. So about $32 worth of Flybuys points were earned throughout this particular shop. At Woolworths and that was 6,409 Flybuys points, which equates to about $32. At Woolworths, the click and collect, I spent $403, and that was after the refund. Also, the Coles, the $420, I got 10% off that, so it was actually $460-ish, and I only paid $420 for it. The Woolworths was $403, and again, I got 10% off that shop as well, so originally it was I think it was $4.70, but I also got a refund for that pasta that they sent incorrectly, and they didn't send me a couple of other things that they refunded me for. And then the walk-in shop was $87, which was those chicken thighs from the deli and the rice milk and stuff. I earned 2,070 rewards points through those as well, so I got an extra $10 rewards points put away for that as well. And then my Aldi shop was $427.61, so I did those. Then the last place that I went was Costco, and Costco cost me $2,347.95. It was a big one. Now, I earned $45.91 worth of rewards on my executive membership at Costco as well to take that off that total. And then, so if we work out what I spent based on just that whole total, so that whole total is $4,296.65, and that includes everything. If we work out my normal figures on that, and I'll put it up on the screen as I do this. So at $4,296.65, it ends up being $477 a week, or $68 a day, or $2.83 per meal per person working on 3 meals a day. Now, of course, all of this stuff included in these groceries is also, there's all our shampoos and conditioners, soaps, toilet papers, and all that sort of stuff. But I normally just leave that as part of the groceries because they're consumables. There was a few items, however, that weren't consumables that were in there. I have them listed, so I'm going to be looking at my notebook while I've got all my notes here, so that's what I keep looking down at. So there was a couple of things, the coffee mugs, the Weil hair cutter, those plastic crates, the A4 paper, that fancy shampoo and conditioner that I bought. They were all from Costco as sort of extras there. I don't think I got anything else that couldn't be classed as food. But if we took that off, which was $200 worth, and then we took off the $88 in rewards that I earned back. So if we took, say, $300 flat off those prices, then that brings it down to $4,186.65, which is $465 a week, $66 a day, $276 per meal per person. And then I decided, I don't normally break down as I said, the consumables and stuff like that, but I did decide to have a look at if I took all that down, what it would cost me less. And there was $353 odd worth of toilet paper and all that sort of thing. So that brought it down to $2.53 per person per meal. So, still higher than the month before. So the month before was $2.41 per person per meal, and that included, so within that too, that $2.41 per, I had actually recalculated. So from last month's, the basic figures from last month were less than that. But then what I'd done is I'd broken it into 9 weeks because it had only been intended to 8. But I also bought that coconut cream online that we had run out of. And we spent around about $300 at the IGA and Foodworks and Aldi over that 9 weeks because, as I said, it hadn't been planned for 9 weeks, so we'd run out of stuff and had to buy it. So the figure ended up being about $2.41 per person per meal last month as our food. And then this month, as I said, if we look at the full value without taking, we'll only take the miscellaneous and the rewards points off it, we end up at $2.76, so 30 cents extra per person per meal. And I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I knew that it was going to be more expensive because the kids are just eating a whole lot more. But I did splurge a little bit, and part of the ability to splurge is YouTube helping me to do that, and then me making these videos, and then these grocery videos always bringing a whole lot of new viewers, which is always fantastic because that helps promote the channel too. But also just because it's winter and I like to splurge on food if I can. So like, I've got listed here some of the things that I bought that were definitely extras. Like I bought 4 lots of hot dogs instead of 2 lots of hot dogs. I bought 4 pork roasts instead of the 3, though actually there needs to be $50 taken off because I was going through my receipts to do all of this and they've charged me for an extra pork roast, which was an extra $50. So that's going to come off. It doesn't make much in the scheme of things. But I bought the peanut butter, powdered peanut butter. I bought the pork belly, which was $76 on its own, and that steak was like $80 on its own, sort of thing. I bought those Pringles, which were $10, and I bought, what else did I, that caramel syrup, which is $20. I bought those slightly more expensive coffees by 4. I bought a whole bunch of that extra ravioli because that worked really well last month for quick meals and the kids really liked it, and it just works so well in the freezer. It was half price, so I, you know, bought extras of that. But there is definitely, for anyone who watches my grocery videos on a regular, will see that there was definitely a little bit of splurging in this one. All the Oreos and the bits and pieces of chocolate and stuff to go into the creamy, but even the blocks of chocolate that I bought for myself. Now, that was included when I add the IGA and Foodworks onto last month's groceries, because Darryl buys them at the IGA and the Foodworks for me. But they're cheaper to buy at the grocery store. And because it's the kind of weather where I don't have to worry about them melting, I thought, well, if I just buy a few here, they can last me for the next 6 weeks, because I don't go through them very quickly. And it'll be cheaper in the long run. That's the hope anyway. So I spent, and the chips, the Smith's packets chips, again, every now and again he'll go to the IGA and he'll grab a couple of packets of chips for everyone to share as a treat. So that's just going to make it spending now rather than later at a cheaper price. So in the end it will save us money. This video is dragging out. So one last thing is that what I bought should give me some stores for the next shop. So theoretically there should be no need to buy some as huge quantities next time for some of the things that I had run out of completely. Like I bought 15 kilos of white rice this month, and I'm unlikely to go through 15 kilos of white rice in the 9 weeks. We just don't eat rice that often. It was more than that, 15 kilos of white rice and 5 kilos of Oreos. So we might go through all the pasta still, and we'll go through a large majority of the flour. I work out that we use around about, if you average it out, it's around about 1 kilo of flour a day. So we might go through that depending on what I can. We may go through the sugar, we may not, because we don't use a lot of sugar in our cooking, but I use it making jams and jellies, and we're going to make some pineapple cordial and things like that. So it depends on, you know, what I use there. But hopefully there'll be a little bit of surplus in some of the stuff that I bought to carry over for the next one. But the next shop will be 9 weeks away, because we have to organize it for money wise, but also because Darryl is going to Comic-Con with a few of the kids this year again. Instead of just Surreal, I believe he's taking Surreal, Apollo and Sonnet. So we have to time that in as well. And I think he's got a conference thing as well. We worked out there's 2, he might attend 1 for church at some point in September as well. So we just got to work our timing around that as well. But it looks like it'll be 9 weeks again, and I think we'll manage. I think it'll be all right. I do think that I wouldn't be able to do the shops without the trailer anymore though. So there is that. But yeah, so anyway, if I've missed anything, feel free to ask in the questions. I was supposed to do a planning video that was supposed to come out before these 2 videos, and I filmed it, but I went to edit it and the sound was off and it didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film it tomorrow with all of this information on board as well, to show you how I planned it and how the planning followed through, and then I think that will work really well to show. And I did take footage of the fridges and freezers before I went shopping, but I haven't shown it because I didn't show that planning video. So what I'll do is I'll put all that in the next one. So that'll probably be tomorrow or the next day when I get to it. I have to work on those tomatoes and zucchini and stuff before they go bad. Though, as you can tell, the weather took a turn and it is much cooler today. Really quite chilly. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.